levels to cause us a little bit of maybe a little bit of a headache when we do get up here. I'm looking here at May 2024 at the top of the candle body and just putting a horizontal ray there, and we'll lock that into place, because so potentially $3,749 is probably going to be a huge level of resistance, because we do have that double top there. People are probably going to have a lot of short orders set to fill right here. So look for us to have a lot of turbulence potentially when we get up here, but it would be beautiful. All those short orders, the market really moves and pushes to the upside. All those short orders get liquidated, which in turns are buy orders, and just sends us even higher with Ethereum. So let's switch over from the monthly time frame down to the weekly time frame. So now each candle body represents 1 week worth of trading. Double top, but again, we're on the weekly time frame now, so we could even dial this in a little bit better, mainly with, let's look at these. So I'm looking at these two candle bodies here from March 4th, 2024 and March 11th, 2024. That's where I have the horizontal ray plotted, because this is going to be our strongest level of resistance to overcome to the upside when Ethereum does start approaching these levels. And let's measure it just like we did with Bitcoin, roughly from current price up to our white horizontal ray is about 25%. So Bitcoin had the 33% movement, the $155,000 range. Ethereum has a 25% movement to start approaching our level, where there will probably be a lot of short orders laddered in. And let's see, let me do this real quick. This is a little off topic and I typically don't do this. But so most people will use 25x leverage.
Okay.
So that means the price, if it moves 4% from their entry level, 4% times 25 is 100%. So that's when you get liquidated. So 4% movement from our level there. Whoa, I went straight up. I went too high. Let's see. So it would roughly be their liquidation price with 25x leverage if they entered about 3,000. Oh, that's not spot on. Let me change this, because the entry, oh, I adjusted it. That's why. So let me redo this. I forgot that I adjusted that. So 4% roughly liquidation price. Come on. Let's do that. So
for 25 or something.
Yep. So if they enter their shorts at an average price of $3,868.76 to line up with our previous tops here, they're at 25%, 25x leverage, their liquidation price will be $4,026.07. So, you know, once we break that level of the low $4,000 range, all of those 25x leverage traders are going to be liquidated at the low 4,000 range, and that's just shorts go to buys. When they get liquidated, it gets the token gets bought, and that's why it shoots up to the upside. Like you could see with Bitcoin, when people talk about Bitcoin,
the shorts have been liquidated.
Exactly. Yeah. X amount of billions of dollars have been liquidated in the past 15 minutes from Bitcoin market specifically. That's why the price continues to go up so much, because all of those sells are now buys at the liquidation level.
Got it.
So that's it for Ethereum. We want Bitcoin to chill out a little bit, let Ethereum play some catch up. It's got a lot of space to run, about 25% to the upside before we face any type of turbulence or really any strong level of resistance.
So that was it for Ethereum, guys. It's been playing catch up for a while now, but it's definitely going the right way now. It's been going up for a little bit longer than it has been in the past. So hopefully, like Mike mentioned before with Bitcoin, let it ride out for a while, let us consolidate a little more, and hopefully that money starts trickling down into Ethereum, and then from Ethereum all the way down to all the other altcoins, which we want because we have money and other altcoins. All right, how's the sounding? Good.
It's all right. A little muffled, but not bad.
Okay. All right. Let me see just a little bit. Let me change it. Let's see. All right. Put down the volume a little bit. Okay. So that's that for Ethereum. The next one on the list is going to be XRP. That's the big three now.
Oh, true.
With all that market cap that it has now. All right. So we're going to be doing live technical analysis on XRP. XRP's been doing great. The XRP fanboys are just having a party right now. So let's hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
All right, now we're over to XRP paired with the US dollar. Monthly time frame data is coming in from Bitfinex. So you could see here, I mean, XRP, it's almost going to be impossible to do any technical analysis on just because it's been so parabolic since November 2024. So it's just been 7, 8, almost 9 months of just straight upward movement. Little slight rejection here, which I know at the time doesn't seem like a slight rejection, but now we're able to look at hindsight, you know, a few months later, and you could see, oh, just a slight natural retrace down to the downside before slowly grinding back up over a few months to the upside. Price wicks are a little extreme, but the candle bodies are staying nice and tight. And then now the current month of July, 2025, we just are starting to go right back up to the upside and potentially getting close to breaking and making new all-time highs for XRP. So monthly wise, not too much we could do, but wait for us to break the previous wick of, is that $3 and about 40 cents? And we're currently at $2.92, so we're not too far away. We can measure that to see how from current price, roughly current price, to the previous high, we are about 16.28% away. So we're pretty close to meeting the previous all-time highs. And then after that, I fully expect that we're going to break the previous all-time highs. So on the monthly time frame, this is easier to look at than the weekly. We could see that we'd make our movement to the 618 at $4.37. And again, let's pull out our measuring tool. From current price, roughly current price, to $4.37 is about 48.92% away. So say 49%. So in the world of crypto, that's not that huge of a percentage away. We could potentially do that in a couple days, or really even a day with the way XRP moves. So look for the mid $4 range for XRP. Probably wick up here, maybe wick close to $5 before getting a little rejection down, just like we did here, which was roughly, let's go from the top of the red candle body to the bottom of the red candle body. Looks like 27, say 28% rejection to the downside. So if and when we do approach, let's even say $4.70, say we wick up to that. So 28% to the downside would bring us right, oh man, that I could click off to the side. $4.70 roughly. Let's do $4.69. 28% to the downside would bring us down here to about $3.36. So again, healthy movement. So expect us, if we pull up to about $4.70, if we start to get a rejection down, look for $3.36 to hold the line. If we don't hold there, then start looking to the 618 fib level at $2.11 before we start moving back up to the upside. So definitely expect some type of rejection once we start moving up even higher, just like what happened here. What happens at every point when we reach the all-time high, get a nice little rejection to the downside. But you could see XRP hasn't quit. We're making our way right back up to the top. XRP looks great on the monthly time frame. Let's move to the weekly time frame. Just take a look. See, it's even hard to look at it on the weekly time frame because we've moved so much. this price action looks so tiny and obsolete, but it was a lot of price action. But compared to where we are, we're stuck right here between the fib levels. So expect us when we break out to the upside to go to the next fib level. So again, mid $4 range to about the low $5 range, rejection down to the mid $3 range. So, you know, it's a little textbook with XRP, and if you guys are capitalizing on it, congratulations.
I mean, you guys are doing good if you're in XRP right now. Look,
You gotta flip
that
to you,
was
my
that
guy.
was a beautiful come up, slap down, and come up again. I mean, it's looking great for XRP, and we want XRP to do good. Okay, don't take us as haters for XRP. I'm sure Mike he used to be a bigger fan of XRP,
True.
but now because we're another coin, so you know how that goes, right?
Yep.
But anyways, before we move on to the next segment, please make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're currently at 684 subscribers. We lost 2 subscribers in the past few days,
Oh,
which
man.
sucks. I mean, probably because I switched up the content a little bit. I'm doing more news, so that's why I thought, you know
Crypto
what?
news.
Yeah, crypto news, right? So now I thought, you know what? We need another live stream because we haven't done one in a while. Things are moving, so this is the perfect timing for it. But anyways, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification button, leave a comment down below if you have any requests for your favorite cryptos. Well, that's pretty much it on that. Now, let's move on to the next coin that we have in store for you guys, and that's gonna be one of our favorite coins that we love around here. The original favorite one, AMP, created by Tyler Spalding. We love that guy. He's doing great things with AMP and also Anvil. Just a hint of what's next.
Right.
And right here you see it on the shirt. Soon. We're gonna be in the bull market soon. Okay, guys.
There we go.
All right, you ready? You let me know when you're ready.
Oh yeah, ready.
All right, guys. We're doing a light technical analysis video on AMP token, created by Tyler Spalding, and that's what Flexa runs on. All right, guys. So let me hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
All right, so we have AMP paired with the US dollar, monthly time frame, data's coming in from Coinbase. So you could see here, we just melted to the downside. We've went over this many times, all through 2022, all the way from January 2022. We've just been melting all the way to the downside, melting. Then we finally find a slight bottom. We make a little pump back up to the upside, but again, not a very big run up to the upside, just a little dead cat bounce before continuing down to the downside. We finally found our bottom in October of 2023. We moved up to the upside, breaking back over a penny, going over a penny and a half before getting rejected right back down, thinking it's the end of the world right here. We just retraced pretty much 100% of our gains. But wait, there's more. Billy Mays came back alive. Then we got rejected right back down. That's just a wick, which is crazy, and a tiny candle body. And our red box of resistance, we don't stay above it for too long before getting rejected right back down. It's hard for us to break above it. We don't have many candle body closures above it, besides these two really. Get rejected back down to the downside, but now we're finding support down at 0.00296, which is our blue horizontal ray. You can see it sits on these two candle bodies at the bottom from December and January, December 2022, January 2023, and it's just extended out. You could say it plays a lot of support. It's some pretty strong support, and that's where we just recently touched April of this year, 2025. Then we touched it briefly again, June 2025. Now we have a green candle coming off of it. So hopefully AMP could come back up here to the 0.00653 level, which is our green level, which again, it has a lot of action on it. Some candle bodies sitting on it, touching the tops of it, wicks going through it, candle body shooting through it, a little bit of support, candle bodies, support, candle bodies. So expect the 0.00653 level to be resistance when we do get there. So from current price, roughly current price, to the green horizontal line is about 75%, which, oh my goodness, just looking at that, doesn't look like that's a 75% movement, but it is.
Yes.
That would be a beautiful movement for AMP to put in, but that 75% movement, barely getting us above half a penny, really wouldn't be too exciting until we start approaching the penny mark and breaking the penny and holding above the penny level. From current price up to a penny, where I have marked in green as well, is about 191% movement to the upside. So, I mean, don't look for that movement to come in overnight or over a week or so. It's probably going to take a month to a couple months of grinding up to the upside. Some wicks to the upside like we have here, wicks to the upside. But we need more organic, more natural movement. So hopefully it stair steps its way up and it comes above this green level, hits our trend line, finds support at the red box of resistance before breaking above it and slowly grinding up to the upside. So everything there's with AMP when it comes to its fundamentals, everything that they're doing with Flexa, powering the payments. Now they're on the Anvil protocol. That's where they're utilizing the collateral at. That's where they want all of the AMP tokens moved to capitalize on the version 3 of the collateral pools and all of that. So good things for AMP, not necessarily when it comes to price action and looking at the charts, other than it being amazing buying opportunities, being valued so low. So yeah, if you're looking for something that could potentially make a huge movement in the coming months and or years, that has a lot of potential, that's already done a lot of the work, has a lot of the legwork in. They're providing collateral for digital payments via Flexa that has over 40,000 partners already here in the US and Canada. It doesn't get any better than AMP. The only thing that gets better than AMP is Anvil, in my opinion. But it's all of the same geniuses created Anvil that created AMP. So that's all I have to say about AMP today.
So that was AMP, you guys. To know the price doesn't show it, but they're doing big things at AMP with Flexa, with Tyler Spalding, Daniel Maccabee. He's the current CEO of Flexa, correct? Right. Yeah, he's the current CEO of Flexa, and he was one of the crypto people that has been in Congress talking to the senators and Congress people, talking about the Stablecoin Act, which that's what hopefully passes soon. And when that happens, stablecoins are going to become even more mainstream, and Flexa has been set up for that. So hopefully, Daniel Maccabee has been able to push forward Flexa so it could be used not just for merchants, but also with any government entity and just mainstream payment transactions in general. So they're set up for great big things. So keep an eye out for Anvil. Sorry, they could be intertwined. Okay, but AMP, keep an eye for AMP.
No, keep an eye for Anvil.
Anvil as well, okay, because that's going to drive us to the next thing. We're going to be doing some technical analysis on Anvil, also created by Tyler Spalding, but the AMP is focused on payments, and Anvil is going to be focused on lines of credit, so basically lending in crypto. So next thing we're going to be doing some light technical analysis on is Anvil, created by Tyler Spalding. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy. You got it?
No. So
Let me see.
they got rid of the Uniswap Anvil
really
chart. Yeah, and I don't really like the exchange chart that Anvil's on. But give me a second.
We'll see what we can do. If we don't get the correct chart on this, we'll just move on to the next one. There's some movement on it, but it still hasn't reached its maximum.
All right, just a second here.
In the meantime, while he's looking for it, I want to show you guys something. So this is Daniel Maccabee on Twitter. He says, many in DC and the media are rightfully energized about stablecoin payments. Finally, thanks to the promise of stablecoin legislation, no doubt it's exciting, long overdue, and something we at Flexa have been working for since 2018. I personally have been to 50 plus Senate and House offices, had 250 plus meetings, all for the greater good of authenticating, legitimizing the biggest technological breakthrough of our lifetime with meaningful, if not perfect, regulation. Regulation that will trigger full-scale adoption for merchants and for all commerce. Honestly, I cannot overemphasize how massive this is, and I very much look forward to time proving this to be absolutely correct. But now I want to pause before legislation hits and the world reacts as if stablecoin payments are something new. And congratulations to the entire Flexa team on the eve of the legislation becoming a reality. Why? Because Flexa has been powering stablecoin payments since 2019. Do you get it?
Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty much it. And there's all thanks to the genius of AMP. So this is what Danny McAfee is saying about the stablecoin legislation. This was back in July 11, 2025. So they've been at it, guys. So keep an eye out for them, okay? Don't be surprised when the AMP takes off.
True.
All right. Okay, so we're going to be doing live technical analysis on Anvil. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Puppy.
All right. So this is going to be a little different. We're just really going to look at the weekly time frame for Anvil since its inception. You could see here its inception. We just dumped all the way from the top before finding some support down at the bottom. And you could see here, we just continued to move to the downside, just like we've talked about before. Months and months of moving to the downside from about June all the way through most of the rest of 2024 before starting to move to the upside September 2024. Chilled out here a little bit. We did retrace slightly, but we got bought right back up. A huge movement October 2024. We tried to stay alive before melting back down November 2024. Then things really came alive for my birthday in December of 2024, moving to the upside, creating an all-time high early January of 2025 of this year, which was almost a penny, just ever so slightly below a penny before getting rejected to the downside. Huge rejections. These are huge movements, talking about going from a penny down to 0.002. So from, we lost a ton of gains, from unrealized gains to unrealized losses. No, I'm just joking. We're still in the green, luckily, even where prices. So you could see here we moved sideways. We tried to make movements back up to the upside before getting rejected down. We have some bigger wicks, some smaller, tighter candle bodies. And then from about May of this year, May 12th, 2025, till June 16th, 2025, we were just slowly grinding to the downside. And now, starting in June 23rd, 2025, we've been moving up to the upside now. Even though the candles are super tiny right now, we're waiting for a big breakout to the upside, get us back above probably the 0.004 level, which lines up with some of these candle bodies here. All of these all through here. The top of the wick here, really almost the top of the wick here, April 14th, 2025. So we're looking for a movement to 0.004 before catapulting us and creating some new all-time highs. And some things here, since we're on CoinMarketCap, you could see everything that it's verified, no rug pull, not a fake token. We have our 24-hour, 4-hour, 1 hour, 5 minutes. So you could see exactly what's going on with the token. You could see our 2 collateral pools, which somebody on X made this collateral pool with 1.2 million Anvil, which is about $1,900 at current price. Then they put 1 Ethereum in there, which is valued at about $2,500. I almost want to go in and buy all the Anvil from that pool just to see what happens, just out of curiosity. Okay. And then in our main pool, Anvil pool, we have 8 million token, which is about $15,200. We have 4.9 wrapped Ethereum, which is about $15,200. So pretty even there with the total value. Then here we have all of our sells and all of our buys. Gives you the date, which how long ago, the type where the pool was from, the amount of Anvil and wrapped Ethereum, what the current price was when the sell or buy went through, the total value, and then the wallet, the address. Yeah. So I love Anvil. I spend a lot of my time on my phone, just constantly refreshing the Anvil coin market cap page. So I love it. I expect a lot of big things from Anvil. Love the whole team around it, Acronym Foundation, everything they're doing with Spenders Club and things like that, which we have our cards to, and all of our friend group. I had them all get it. So exciting times ahead, and keep the Anvil rewards coming in, team. I love it.
So that was Anvil, pretty new coin. I mean, it's fresh off the presses. So hopefully it gets listed in Coinbase sometime soon.
True.
Like his cousin Am. So man, then we'll see how high it could go, because it hasn't honestly put its all-time high for sure, because it hasn't been around that long. So there's a lot of potential for it. If you guys want to look into it, I will recommend it. All right, guys. So the next one, another favorite one from the peoples. Okay, we're gonna be talking about Solana. So a lot of talk about Solana because they're supposed to be coming out with their ETF soon. So.
Did we ever do Solana?
I think we have. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long ago, but I know we have done Solana before.
All right, give me a second. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of Solana.
Yeah, Mike's not a fan of it. I mean, it's that's where a lot of the poop coins go on their network, which, more power to them. They like to have fun with the poop coins. I mean, a lot of people make a lot of money, but also a lot of people lose a lot of money as well. Let's just say there's more people losing money than making money on those poop coins.
True.
Let's see. We got some Sol USD.
Yeah, no, I never had it on here.
But do you have a chart on it? Would it have a...
Yeah, I just
okay.
got it.
It's not on your watch list anymore.
Exactly.
Gotcha. All right, so we're going to be doing some live technical analysis on Solana. Let's see how the coin is doing right now.
All right, so we have Solana paired with US dollar. Monthly time frame data is coming in from Coinbase. You could see here just by looking at the charts before I put maybe a red box of resistance / support, maybe a Fibonacci, and then possibly a trend line. So you could see here it got listed on Coinbase June 1st, 2021. So it's been on there for some years now. So right when it got listed, of course, just like most things from 2021 that get freshly listed, it moved right up to the upside on Coinbase over the first few months. It went from roughly $20 all the way up to about $260 before getting rejected down from $260. Looks like it came down to about $81, $82, made a movement back up to about $145 before grinding to the downside, getting stuck down here. Some tight movement, a lot of consolidation from about February 1st, 2023 to September 1st, 2023. So months and months of consolidation before starting to make its movement back up to the upside. In March 2024, didn't quite break its previous all-time highs. Came rejected back down, but it didn't retrace 100% of the gains. Found its bottom of about $110 before moving and creating a new all-time high of, roughly just about $300, about $295 just recently too, January of this year, 2025. Then we rejected, dumped back down to the downside before finding our support. We wicked down to about $96, and we're starting to move back up to the upside here. And just naturally, what it looks like is just possibly a bear flag, but we're not in that market. So let me just measure this real quick, see where it would potentially go. Let's just do this red candle body. Let's move it to current price. So if we were to be in a potential bear flag, price would probably come down to about $77, but that's just not the market we're in. So we could easily delete that. This looks like we're probably going to just have a big candle right back up to the upside to challenge the tops of these candles. So everything for Solana looks great. Let's get a Fibonacci out. Let's go from over here. So let's do here, this level, and let's do our swing low where we currently are. Okay, we could adjust this just slightly. Let's lock it into, oh my gosh. You could tell it's been a while since I've done analysis. Boom. And all right, lock it into place. So we're going our swing high for, this is really a fib extension, but we're going swing high from March 2024. Swing low point is April 2025. So you could see we've bounced around here. We've stayed loyal to the 236 as keeping it as a support before bouncing off of it, coming up to touch the 618, getting rejected down to there, down to the 236 at about $122, just sitting on that before grinding to the upside, the 618 at about $166. And we haven't been rejected. We've been slightly getting kicked down from there, but we haven't had a full rejection to our zero movement or potentially falling out of this. So this just shows me healthy natural movement. So expect a movement back up to either the 1 level or start breaking our previous all-time highs, like I really do think is more likely going to happen than not with Solana, just because it has a loyal following. A lot of people love Solana. So everything looks good. Just because I'm not a fan of Solana doesn't mean that great things aren't going to come from it and happen with it. But once we break our previous all-time highs that we put in here, January 2025, our Fibonacci is showing us $395. So look for that to be a big movement once Ethereum breaks out and the rest of the market starts to play catch up and get up there and join this bull market. So Solana looks good. There's really not too much we could do. We have a lot of just healthy movement within a Fibonacci range, so expect that to continue. So again, next movements after we break some all-time highs, look for the next movement to be about just shy of $400, maybe even wicking into the $400 range before getting a rejection down to the downside. So Solana looks good. I'll definitely save this so we can visit this in the future.
Awesome. Solana is a very popular coin as well, because you could do a lot of trading on there. They have their own ecosystem that they do a lot of poop coins with. You know, we're not big fans of poop coins, but we see why people like them. There's a lot of money to be made, but like I said before, there's also a lot of money to be lost too. So.
A lot of risk, and with Solana, you have a lot of congestion on their network. You'll try to send Solana, move Solana, and they'll tell you, okay, it's roughly going to take 2 years, 5 months, 17 hours, 37 minutes, and 14 seconds.
And I mean, I done it too, but I think when I was buying that Trump coin when it came out, it was congested as hell.
Right.
It took hours for the payment to go through. So definitely, yeah. When it pops off, there's gonna be a lot of congestion. When it's like right now, people, you know, there's not a lot of action going on. You could buy it, and I think it should go faster. But if things are popping off, do not rely on Solana.
Yeah, and exactly. So that's the thing is, why do you think that so many rug pulls are built on Solana? Because when it's congested, you can't move your token. You can't do anything with it.
Yep.
So that's beautiful for people just trying to scam coins and things like that. So
it's easier to pull out your money than move your money around, okay? All right, anyway, so that was Solana. Is looking good for everybody that's into Solana. So one of the next big ones that I know Michael loves, his favorite one.
Oh,
one
no.
of the first
we
ones,
already did it.
is gonna be the one of the ones that started it all, okay? Litecoin.
Oh yeah, Litecoin was one of my first investments.
Yes.
So let's see. Okay, I've got Litecoin pulled up whenever you're ready.
All right, so we're gonna do live technical analysis on Litecoin. Let me hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
All right. So yeah, Litecoin I've always been a fan of, even when it comes to the decision to go to the Bitcoin conference or to the Litecoin summit. I will go to the Litecoin summit every single time, regardless of who's attending the Bitcoin conference. So anyways, let's start with Litecoin paired with the US dollar. We're on the monthly time frame. Data's coming in from Coinbase here. So I mean, just take a look at what we have here. It looks like beautiful natural movement. We've been going sideways, but we've been slowly grinding up to the upside over a long period of time. Looks like our touch point here, second touch point on the trend line to the downside below us was on June 1st, 2022, sorry. And then we've just slowly been riding this wave, even though it's a slow movement up. When Litecoin pops, you can see here, popped, 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 right? So what's going to potentially happen soon is we're going to have a nice big movement to the upside. And you could see here, I saved the 125% movement to the upside from one of our previous lives, probably back in, let's see, it looks like May 2025.
Okay.
So a few months back, save that. So our 618 Fibonacci level, which we do need to get back above the 236 level of about $102, will be about 125% movement to the upside to get us to about the low $200 range, which is lined up with our 618 Fibonacci level. We have our swing high. This is really, again, a Fibonacci extension. Our swing high, November 1st, 2021. Then our swing low is roughly right here of June 1st, 2022, and we just have it extended out. And we really haven't been bouncing around this Fibonacci too much. We've been a little range bound, and we're stuck hanging out around this lower trend line. So hopefully when we do break out of this, we make up for all these years of just going sideways consolidation, dealing with this little minor pumps and retracing it by 100%, if not more, and just using this trend line as guidance, which started, the first touch point is way back here, March 1st, 2020. So you're talking over a 5-year trend line that we've just really, I know this doesn't really count because we were nowhere near the trend line, but now for years just being on this trend line is a little crazy. So expect us to break our red box of resistance, which is currently resistance. Here, bottom of the box is at 123, top of the box is about 126. So once we break this level and start going for our 618, then Litecoin could really start cooking. But in order for that to happen, Bitcoin needs to cool off a bit, money needs to flow into Ethereum, and we need a proper alt season. So if we look over here at the weekly time frame, you could see not too much difference between the weekly and monthly, obviously, just because we've been going sideways and consolidating and making small movements for so long that, I mean, we really need a big breakout in order to get us out of this range bound area and get us back into the low to mid $200 range, get some excitement back around Litecoin. But again, like I said, that's dependent on Bitcoin slowing down, Ethereum starting to get some legs and really start running to and above $4,000. And then obviously we could expect Litecoin and the rest of the alts to play catch up and really flourish and show us what a moonshot looks like.
Oh man, I mean, it's looking pretty good so far. I mean, this is nicely and slowly creating higher lows, which is always good, right, to see.
Right.
Slowly but surely. You know, we're here for the long run. Litecoin is the silver to Bitcoin's gold. Correct, right? That was the idea on it.
Yep.
There's what, 42 million Litecoin?
84 million.
84 million.
Yep.
So it's quadruple the amount, right?
Yep.
A Bitcoin.
21 and 84.
There you go. So it's basically that should be the digital silver, you know, compared to Bitcoin's digital gold.
Right.
Anyways, all right. So that was Litecoin is looking okay so far. It's going to look better once all season starts happening. So for the next one, we're going to do another one that we really like. Polyswarm is doing pretty damn good still.
Polyswarm.
NCT, Polyswarm.
All right, just a second. Let me switch.
One of the best bags I had so far.
Oh, yeah, your profit taken. Okay.
All right,
Whenever
so
you're ready.
we're going to do some light technical analysis on Polyswarm, ticker NCT. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
All right. So we have Polyswarm paired with the US dollar. Monthly time frame data is coming in from Coinbase. So similarly to AMP, you could see we were listed here January 1st, 2022. And all we did was melt to the downside. We get a little pump up here. Really, again, like I've said before, a dead cat bounce before getting rejected back down. went for another pump up to the upside, but that was just filled with sells before consolidating, moving back down to the downside, pumping back up, making a beautiful movement to about the mid 5 cent range before just rejecting back down, rejecting, coming back down here, making that cup formation. I wouldn't really call it cup and handle formation, doesn't really look like it on the charts, especially with the big wick to the upside. So we make that big movement back up to the upside, a beautiful wick up to about 11 cent range, and that's where Jonathan had some sell orders up there. That boy took some profit before we got rejected right back down, and we closed right at our previous candle body.
Man, that's a huge
High.
wick.
Oh, we can measure that.
Yeah,
It's
let's
insane.
see how.
It is insane. So from the top of the candle body to the top of the wick is 148% to the upside and retraced all the way back down. So a huge movement in such a small time frame. And ever since then, we came back down to the downside. We tried to find our bottom. We tried to slightly consolidate for a few months before trying to pop up to the upside. But you could see here, we're still battling the 236 level, which I should adjust my chart real quick because it's been a while. Let's bring it out slightly. And let me find the bottom again, right about there. Lock it back into place. So you can see we're battling the 236, still trying to get back above it. And the instant we do, the way NCT moves, once we break this 236 level, I know we're going to go straight to the 618 at the high 3 cent range, almost 4 cents. So look for the NCT to be back at about 4 cents relatively soon. But again, when we do move up to the upside, NCT is wick happy. So expect a wick probably to our trend line here to come up and wick up to say roughly about 7 cents, which also lines up with our red box of resistance, which we could slide over now as well. Let's do this. Oh no, get me right in the middle. There we go. Let's move that over and lock it back into place. So let's potentially look to wick to about the red box of resistance. Mid 6 cents range up to about 7 cents would be a safe bet for NCT. But when that movement does come in, when that wick does happen, don't expect it to last for long. Regardless if that means we're going to come right back down to maybe the 618 level, or if that means we're going to go back up to about 12 cents and start approaching and nearing all-time highs to break all-time highs. So when NCT moves, it moves. Like there's not too many coins like NCT when it does move. So let's take a look at the weekly time frame, see if it's showing us anything different. It just looks like after our rejection, we just came straight down. We're trying to find our bottom before potentially moving up to the upside. So the smaller movements to the upside, little rejection support, instead of going straight wicking up to these levels, candle bodies over a couple week span, not as healthy, not as sustainable. So let's see what NCT could do. Are we going to wick up and go crazy to 6.5 to 7 cents, then just come crashing right back down to the 3 cent, 2 cent, maybe even penny range? I mean, we'll find out sooner rather than later, but everything looks good with NCT. If you're looking for some potential take profits, I would definitely say 6.5 to 7 cents with maybe 10 cents with another sell limit. But again, not financial advice. NCT looks great.
Let's pull out the ruler real quick and see how much are we looking at to that red box, because it looks like a big jump right there.
Oh yeah. Roughly from current price to the bottom of the red box is 201%. Top of the red box, 213%. Then to our trend line to retest it, 245%. So big, beautiful things with NCT. But again, remember this wick from the top of the candle body to the top of the wick was 125% movement. So let's say we make a candle up here to the 618. Now we'd have to do that measurement from there. So we'd be breaking all-time highs. So NCT is pump happy when it moves, but it does take its time. You know what I mean?
And it's very short-lived, so
Definitely recommend having buy and or sell limits set and forgot specifically when it comes to NCT, just like you did.
yeah, exactly. Because
Not
I just said them,
financial
and then when it
advice.
popped up, I didn't even have to worry about it. We just boom, 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 hit every single level that I put on there, and I wasn't, I wasn't stressing about it. Like
Wasn't thinking about it.
wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about okay, I had to sell this point. So it's always good to do that. It takes the stress out of this game of swing trading Bitcoin, or I mean, crypto in general. So
Right.
have a plan, guys. Always have a plan if you're gonna get into this. If you're thinking for the long term, I think it's mostly better for most people just to buy and forget about it and treat it as a savings account. And then later on, 5 years down the line, most likely you'll be in profit.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. So the next one is gonna be another favorite one, Zcash. Zcash has been doing good as well. For the type of market that we're in right now. Let me know when you pull it up.
All right, I got it.
All right, so now we're going to be doing some live technical analysis on Zcash.
All right, we have Zcash paired with the US dollar. We're on the monthly time frame. Data's coming in from Coinbase. So you can see here Zcash was listed on Coinbase December 1st, 2020. And you could see right when it was listed, we had a little rejection to the downside, probably scared some people before absolutely going crazy. So let's say top of the candle body in December, $70 in December. Then fast forward to April 2021, just about $300. Oh my goodness. Beautiful movements, great upside potential on Zcash just right off the bat. So you could see here we were listed, we came up to the upside, had a huge wick before that candle body closing down here at about $243. We retraced most of the gains, came all the way back down before finding some support, went back and forth, ping-ponged in here for a little while, for a few months with Zcash, before making a run up to the upside to the low $300 range, getting rejected back down, making the bounce back up to about 216. Then we just melted from there. Continuously came down. Our ranges got a little bit shorter, continuing grinding to the downside. Then we really just went sideways. Things were boring for quite some time. Then here comes November 2024. We get a spike up to the upside. December spikes even higher, but it just ends up being a wick before coming down to the downside. And here we are now. And we're currently on a trend line here. Looks like first touch point is February 1st, 2025. Second touch point is April 2025. And we just have it extended out. So hopefully we could keep bouncing off of this trend line because it's a really aggressive to the upside trend line. So hopefully we bounce off of this before getting propelled to about $130, excuse me, not 130,000. But first we do need to break the 236, which is at about $63. So look for us to get there. We might face a little rejection just like we did here. But I mean, it's only natural for Zcash to start to break out of this range because we are so low. Ethereum is moving slightly. So I would expect Zcash to start putting its movement in shortly after Ethereum does. And really while Ethereum does. You could see here on the weekly time frame how we're riding up steadily on the trend line. When we pump off of it, we get pulled right back to it, right? We come up, get pulled to it, come up. We want to get pulled to it, try to go for it, get pulled right back to it. So hopefully we start coming up here, approaching the 236, coming back down to retest it down here before moving up to our next Fibonacci level of about $140. So everything for Zcash looks good. A little boring right now because it's not really doing much. It's holding up strong. It has a lot of potential with the trend line guiding it to the upside. We do have $130 and $140 within gunshot range. But again, let's get our measuring tool out. roughly from current price to the 236 fib level. Oh my goodness, 47%.
Nice.
I didn't know it's that far away. Then next movement to about $130, 200%. Movement after that, our Fibonacci is about 226% away. So Zcash has a lot of room to run, and once it starts running, it'll be a thing of beauty.
Alrighty. So Zcash is looking great. Nothing much more to say about it. We got to wait for everything to start moving. And from the looks of it, everything's going to start moving soon. Hopefully. I mean, it's a long waiting game, guys. We've been here for a while now. So hopefully everything takes off like we hope it would. All right. So the next one. Let's see. Another close to our hearts. It's going to be Dash. DASH.
All right, Dash.
And we're coming up on the last one, guys. We got 2 more after that, and that's it for today.
All right, I've got Dash pulled up, and I'm ready.
All right, guys. So we're going to do some light technical analysis on Dash.
All right, so we have Dash paired with the US dollar, monthly time frame. Data's coming in from Coinbase. All right, so you could see here, Dash again listed on Coinbase in 2019, September of 2019, came down, pumped up, some sideways movement before making a beautiful run to the upside of nearly $400 and maybe about $480 before getting rejected back down, coming straight back down, little dead cat bounce here before we came back down to the downside, and we've just been tightly consolidating for a while. A little pump here, November 2024, a bigger pump and a big wick to the upside, December 2024, coming back down and just gliding on our bottom of our Fibonacci. And again, remember, we're on the monthly time frame. So each candle represents 1 month worth of trading, and you could see how frustrating some of these months would be just because price really isn't doing much. It's not going up by much, and it's not going down by much, but the trajectory for the most part is down. Then you get a little excitement. You get even more excited just to have all those gains washed away, and then back to the tight consolidated movement. So again, we're down here near the bottom of our Fibonacci, which is our swing low. So even a little worse situation than Zcash. Dash isn't even really near the 236 level. So we can measure that roughly from current price to the next fib level. We have 52%. So that's a big movement.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
That's a big movement, but nothing that can't be done to bring us to the low $30 range, about $33. Next movement from there would be the 618, which is about $55, mid $55 range, which would be 151% movement. Then I would say we could just chill there. We don't need to look too much further from there because 155% movement is huge. So really Zcash is just like every other altcoin right now. We are waiting for Bitcoin to chill, Ethereum to put its move in, then that'll propel all of the altcoins to go into alt season and really start moving. And that 151%, that could easily be done in a couple days and or a week or under when it comes to movement to the upside. Because if some of you guys haven't lived through and experienced these alt seasons, it's like no other. You'll see Zcash go from $21 to $115 in the matter of 2 or 3 weeks.
He's talking about Dash, guys, just in case. We just had Zcash. We're on Dash right now.
Exactly.
A little correction right there.
True.
It's okay. They're not, they work hand in hand with Zcash, Dash, Anvil, so they're all part of the same family. They're like the homies are hanging out, okay, guys?
Exactly. They all build each other up.
Exactly. So they're all helping each other out in this crypto market. Okay, so that was that for Dash. It looks less exciting than Zcash, but that's okay. We're just waiting for the moment to happen. We've been waiting. This is a waiting game, guys. If you guys can't wait this long, if you're already thinking of selling your coins because you haven't seen any movement, this is not the game for you guys. All right, so the next one, let's see. Some more obscure coins that we're going to get into now. Two more is going to be SwftCoin, SWFT coin. That one made a big movement last time we looked at it. Somebody else requested it again. They wanted to see what it was going to do. Let me see if CryptoPop is going to pull it up. It's on your list, right?
Yep, I have it somewhere in here. Swift, right?
Yes. SWFT coin.
All right. Oh my goodness.
All right, so
right down.
All right, guys. So we're gonna do live technical analysis for SwftCoin. Let me hand it over. Look at that.
All right. So we have SwftCoin paired with the US dollar monthly time frame. Data is coming in from Coinbase. So you could see the last time we did technical analysis, we threw this trend line in here. First touch point was here, March 1st, 2024. Second touch point. Oh, this was probably drawn on the weekly. Let me switch. All right. Second touch point was here, June 3rd, 2024, and we just extended it out. So you could see once we started to approach it, we broke above it real quick. We got rejected right back down. Then the next week, we came and broke above it. Then what did it do? It pulled us right back to it. We consolidated for a little while, but we did stay right above it before retesting it just about and moving off of the trend line from there, bouncing off of it, retesting it as support. And then we put we put in an all-time high. So that's a thing of beauty. What did it go to? Just above 4.5 cents. So that's impressive before moving back down, retracing a lot of those gains from 4.5 cents down to 0.007 before bouncing back up, getting us just about to 2 pennies, just slightly above, short-lived though, came back down. That ended up just being a wick. Then we haven't been able to quite reach it, rejection right back down, but it looks like it's starting to coil up and move back up to the upside. So for Swift token, it looks like the skies are clear, but it just needs some volume to pick back up. So from current price to retest the candle bodies of the previous high is a distance away, 178%, which just looking at the chart like this, it doesn't seem like it's that far away, even we're on the weekly time frame. Let's do this. Let's move from the weekly. Let's see what the daily looks like. Let's come here. Okay, so a little movement here. I'm trying to see if there's anywhere we could throw in a few, at least throw in a trend line. So you could see first touch point is here, April 11th, 2025. Second touch point is this red wick, May 10th, 2025. And it looks like we didn't quite retest it for a third time, but we got close and we rejected straight from that. On the daily time frame, it does look like it wants to come back down to the bottom, but more likely than not, it'll probably just challenge these levels here, which we could throw in a horizontal ray of where, if it does come down, where it potentially could go to. And I'm really looking at here, these two candle bodies here, the bottoms of them, seeing where that lines up with. So we have these two candle bodies from June 8th and June 9th, and we just have it extended out because there's some support, wicks through it, candle bodies, wicks above it. So a little bit of support here, a little bit of support, then it turns to resistance, turn to resistance. So it looks like a strong level of, not financial advice, but if where you were going to get another buy order in would be at about 0.011785 would be a great level, with potential some ladders all through here to the bottom of this wick, maybe even down here to challenge previous breakout points where it broke out from. But SwftCoin looks okay. It doesn't look terrible. And again, it has so much potential with that 178% movement to the upside that I'm guessing that a little bit of volume really propels and pushes this to the upside. But again, it's listed on Coinbase, so it has to have good volume going into it. So that's really it for it. Look for a 180% movement to the upside to start approaching and breaking previous all-time highs. For the downside, of course, anything's possible, but definitely our white horizontal ray could guide you to potential either stop loss to buy back in down here at our blue horizontal ray at 0.006925. And then again, I guess we really can't go into the negatives for the token value, but worst case scenario, we do have that purple trend line that's still in play that was drawn back here on, I'm trying to line it up, March 6, 2024. So it is a long-term trend line. It is valid in my opinion because we have one touch point, two touch points, just about a third touch point, some resistance and rejection before we broke out. It wants to get pulled back to it. So again, it could come into play. Things could go rough for SwftCoin, but the current market we're in, I would highly doubt it. But definitely, if you're looking to get more exposure to it, not financial advice, 0.01785 all the way down to 0.006925 would definitely be good buy orders to potentially ride that wave all the way to the upside.
All right, guys. Yeah, so last time we looking at this chart, last time we did a video on this, we called out the breakout. We didn't predict it as high as it went, but we definitely called it out last time on the last video. So I'll make sure I put the video on the right so you could look at it if you guys want, because we called it out. It was a pretty good call from Crypto Poppy. He's on the money, and you guys that listened to it, you guys were excited about the video because we called it out before it happened. So that was a great move to the upside. Anyways, that was SwftCoin, one of the fans' favorite. And the last one, and it's pretty good. It gets a lot of views on this type of videos for, it's going to be Songbird, SGB. Remember that one, Crypto Poppy?
Of course. I'm just responding to a comment real quick.
No, we got to wait it out a little bit. In the meantime, let me see. Let's pull up this.
All right.
In the meantime, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like, comment down below. We're currently at 684 subscribers, and we're trying to get to 1,000. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed yet. All right, so let's get back to the main page. All right, so the next light technical analysis that we have for you guys is going to be Songbird. Just waiting for Crypto Poppy to pull it up.
Oh, I'm trying to find this. But oh man, we've done it.
Yeah, we've done it quite a few times already.
It's been on here for a while.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm ready when you are.
All righty. All right, guys, we're going to be doing live technical analysis on Songbird, SGB. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
All right, so we have SGB paired with the US dollar monthly time frame, which we're going to switch real quick to the weekly time frame. Just look at this chart. Data is coming in from Kraken. So you could see when it was listed on Kraken, February 1st, 2022. So it's been multiple years now that it's been on the exchange. So it did have a nice movement to the upside when it was initially launched for the first month. Then you could see second month, not so great. And then we just melt, which again looks like a lot of tokens like we've been looking at here lately. Movement to the upside, which began November 1st, 2023, which lasted till about March 1st, 2024, before moving back again to the downside. Let me measure that just to see what that movement was, just out of curiosity. So from the lows here to the highs, took about...
That's crazy.
Took about 5 months, but was 400%. So, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Beautiful movement. It doesn't look like much right here like this.
I know, but...
Before moving back down to the downside, which again, just by looking at it visually with your eyes, you pretty much retrace probably about 85% of those gains, if not a little bit more, before getting a movement back up to the upside, a swift, straight movement compared to months and months leading up to it. We get that movement in 1 month. The following month, we push even higher before getting rejected back down to the downside. And now we've really just been in a tight consolidative spot the past 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like about 5 months. So now let's switch over to the weekly time frame just so we have more data. Our eyes could look at a little bit more, see a little bit more movement. So yeah, you see this is just all downward movement, dead cat bounce, but was a nice dead cat bounce. Before slowly and just moving and dreading the downside. Slight consolidation, found the bottom before getting that big pump up to the upside. rejection down, but we didn't retrace 100% of the way before moving up to the upside. And here you could see from this point of this breakout, we obviously retraced 100% and then some before moving again. Didn't quite break our previous high wick before moving to the downside. So we have a lower high and lower lows. So when it comes to that, that's not that great to see. But again, look at the market we're in. Bitcoin's at all-time highs, and hopefully Ethereum starts to move, which in turn, small tokens like this will definitely prevail, going from half a penny to probably 10 cents, if not more.
I mean, Ethereum has been holding up even though Bitcoin is retracing a little bit.
Oh, true. I'll have to take a look at that in a minute. But SGB, I don't know. There's not much that I could say right now. A strong level to get over would definitely be our white horizontal ray that we have plotted with the candle bodies here from January 2nd and January 9th, 2023. We have more wicks through, wick through, wick through, wicks. So this is definitely a strong level of resistance. But again, we have to get here first, 0.01696. And from current price, that is...
It's not bad.
roughly, I'm trying to a little bit more, about 220%. So that is a big movement, but again, potentially a small cap coin. I don't know all of the ins and outs of SGB. That could come through relatively quickly, because if you could look at these movements, that's from roughly similar price that current price is at to the trend line. It does take, a couple months, but it does come through. This one's probably took about a month. It does come through. So once we get to these levels, definitely, if you're in the green, I would recommend, not financial advice, but take some profit around these levels, potentially at the tops and within some of these wicks, have some orders laddered in to take profit. But again, what could happen is we could hit that level, money could flow in, and we could go try to make a move to our trend line. Or we could come and retest some of these levels, like the bottom of these wicks here, right? At 0.02211. We could retrace, we could come up and try to wick through this, or we could really go for the run and try to go for our trend line. So the sky's the limit, but I would definitely, once you're in some solid green, some strong levels of resistance that just rejected one, I'm going to call this 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the past, more likely than not, it's going to get rejected there. But again, if volume comes in, alt season is happening, will definitely catapult us. But again, I would definitely take some skin out of the game here and maybe play with house money, play with your profits for a potential moonshot. But that's it. That's all we have for SGB. Be safe and be careful with it.
So yeah, this chart kind of looks like the AMP chart, right? A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
So we're like, even with the AMP, with any other coins that we talked about today, it's all a waiting game now to see, hopefully, that Bitcoin is still holding steady, kind of consolidating at the price that it's at right now. Maybe it's gonna do another jump before it lets Ethereum take over and go up for an all-time high again. It's been holding up well right now, even though Bitcoin has been going down a little bit, retracing back down. Now Ethereum is still holding up, so hopefully this is a little bit of transition, putting some money into Ethereum, then from Ethereum into the altcoins. But we'll see, matter of time. Hopefully all this happens before the year end. We can never really tell. That's the thing about this stuff, right? If we knew exactly when it was going to happen, then we wouldn't be telling you guys, okay? But we don't. We're just speculating like everybody else on the internet. So we just gotta see how many good calls we make, and then you make your decision if it's good to listen to us or not. But anyways, before we leave, I do want to give a shout out to the people that have been on the live chat. All right, let's see. Let's give a shout out to Milan Karna. Shout out to you, my man, or lady.
My man,
yeah. Shout out to you, my man. Thank you for watching. Also, Majors Shy, thank you for watching as well. NJNY, Thank you. And also, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to the live chat and to the live stream today. We really appreciate you guys' support. It takes a lot of I know it takes a lot of effort to just go look at people's lives if we're not putting in live as much as we should be, right? But anyways, before we go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're currently at 684 subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,000. So if you're watching and you're listening to the show, please subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing, okay? And later on, if we get to those levels that we want to get on the subscriber count, we're going to be probably doing some more, some giveaways for you guys, okay?
True.
Crypto Poppy has the money and he will do it.
True.
Don't tempt him, okay? All right, and let's see. And I think that's pretty much it for you guys. Let's see, anything else I want to look at? Let's see. An overview. Let's see. Last thing I wanted to pull up. Look at the greed index, 70% or 70. I guess that's the count. What else do we have? Yeah, look at them. Look at the market cap on. Is it just Bitcoin? Market cap and volume $3.67 trillion. This is way more than the last bull market, correct?
Oh,
I think so, yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of money that needs to be trickling down. So it's just a matter of time, guys. All right, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this show today. This is Buddy's More Crypto. To the next video. Let me log off real quick.